Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guest today is Dr. Gerry Kreitzer from Mount Mercy University and the Cedar Rapids Concert Chorale. Dr. K, welcome.
Thanks, Dennis, for having me on again.
Always good to see you as we prepare for your final concert chorale.
Concert of the year.
Yes. This is the 17th in your series of choir favorites. You made the mistake of asking the choir what they wanted to sing.
Right. We've knocked off 94 of them, and we only have 58 to go.
But actually, second in the series, right?
Second in the series,
yeah. You probably thought, though, at the start you were going to get away with only having one of these concerts, and then realized that
then
no.
When you get 140 suggestions, and it was easy programming because I had all these wonderful selections, but then it was really tough to
decide.
To pick out a nice program of which pieces and have a good variety and a good flow and get as many people represented as possible. So.
Now, are most of these things that the chorale has sung before?
Yes, no, these are just pieces that individual people in the chorale
people's favorites
had sung from any other choir.
Oh, so I was wondering about that, whether it would be very reflective of the literature that you've programmed with them over the years,
if
or that they have sung
chorale music.
Right.
This is great selections, all wonderful pieces that they had done in various other choirs. So,
so it's probably a good variety.
It is. It's a really good variety. We have a couple of really big organ choir pieces, English pieces. Gerald Finzi, God Has Gone Up, and Let All the People Praise Thee, O Lord, by William Matthias, written for the wedding of Charles and Diana.
Oh, okay.
So it was premiered in front of a billion people, But fabulous.
So nobody's heard it.
Fabulous organ parts played on a fabulous organ by a fabulous organist, Brett Wolgast. So, and then a little Palestrina motet that we're actually kind of putting a little dedication on to Virginia McCallichek, who was so instrumental in helping this organization grow over the last 6-8 years. Wonderful pieces. Eric Whitaker is in there. Ballad to the Moon by Daniel Elder, which was a choir favorite. We voted by Musical Beans the other night, and it was the favorite.
Oh, so is that one you've done before?
Actually, it was an Iowa All-State piece a number of years ago.
Oh,
so
okay.
I did know that.
Oh, okay.
As was, we're doing a couple of multicultural pieces. One's Bonza Aba, a piece in Zulu that was also an Iowa All-State piece, and a great piece by Isai Barnwell, a wonderful West African teacher-composer called Wanting Memories. And we stick in a little Walt Disney, Pocahontas, Colors of the Wind.
Oh, nothing wrong with that.
No, and we finish with another great rock and gospel selection by Sean Kirchner, Algona's own Sean Kirchner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Iowa is well represented.
Iowa's well represented, yeah. We did 3 of his pieces last May of Americana folk song pieces, and I found this one, and it's a perfect ending for the concert.
Were there any of the selections across both of these concerts, the music that touched our souls, were there any that surprised you that you thought, now you're way too diplomatic to say, oh, I never wanted to sing that one. But were there any that for one reason or another, came to the top and you went, oh, that's one I never would have imagined everybody wanted?
Yeah, I think so. I think, obviously I gravitated to pieces that meant something to me and that I enjoyed and loved. And so they kind of rose to the top. And there were some others that went, no, I don't think we're going to do this one, But I separated them into categories of contemporary and old and multicultural and kind of picked and choose from those. So.
Because that's the other piece. It's got to make sense as a program.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a jukebox.
It was great to get into this program of music. We had just finished considering Matthew Shepard, and we weren't sure how
wonderful, but that.
We weren't sure how to move on from that, and that first rehearsal reading through the new music was really, really good for us, and brightened everybody. And we've torn it, really worked hard in this music. So
concert's coming up May 18th.
Yep.
Yes, Sunday afternoon.
Sunday afternoon, 2:30 in the afternoon
at First Lutheran Church, your usual home.
Yeah,
excellent.
Yeah.
So after this concert, of course, the school year is ending too. You remark that this is the same day as Mount Mercy's graduation, so you've got a full
we'll wrap
day.
everything up.
But at the end, you can have that cocktail that is well deserved.
Yeah, and it might be a round of golf on Monday. I don't know.
What does the summer hold in store? I mean, I know that the choir doesn't program concerts, but you still have some activities, I think, don't you?
We do. We're going to be singing June 25th at the Colonel's, sing the anthem for the Colonel's noon game.
Do you have to audition for that like everybody else?
Do.
Yeah,
yes, we did.
Really?
Yeah, we had about 25 show up on that Saturday afternoon, and I guess we did okay.
Apparently, yeah.
And we sing twice with the municipal band around the 4th of July patriotic selections.
So there will be some rehearsal time and having to get everybody together because you can't just sight read that.
Well, we have. I mean, we have already worked on them. So we'll meet. We do a rehearsal with the band on a Monday night. It'll all pull together. So
and probably familiar arrangements,
right?
In most cases, to people.
Battle Hymn of the
Choir.
Republic.
It's always there. You got to do it.
Yep, got it.
If it's the 4th of July, you got to do Battle Hymn of the Republic.
Yeah, you know the only one that we have to look at quite a bit is maybe the song Cedar Rapids Song of Dedication, which is not on everybody's playlist.
That's right, and it's a pretty song, but not easy to sing.
No, it took a little. I'd get familiar with it.
Yeah. It's got some different rhythms, and you got to have quite a bit of range in that. Yeah, it's
nice big finish.
Yeah, it's a nice big finish. We love that. What are the plans for next year?
I can't let anything out of the bag yet.
Okay, all right.
Sifting
No
around
spoilers.
quite a few ideas. Messiah in December is not off the table.
Okay.
It's just such a wonderful holiday tradition event, and that's a possibility. Maybe some Mozart. Maybe some Big Dan Forrest works.
Oh, okay. So once again, always a variety, and I love too how you find a lot of current literature from today's arrangers and songwriters and producers.
So much of it.
Yeah, because there is so much good stuff being published every day.
I mean, there's a lot of great old stuff too. I could do a different Handel oratorio for the next 50 years, but I won't be around.
We have to continue to give new young writers and singers and educators a reason to produce new music. Yeah,
keep writing.
If you can't get it performed someplace, then you don't want to write it.
Exactly right. Speaking of which, we had 3 young student musicians at Mount Mercy that had big works premiered at our last concert last Sunday at Prairie High School, composed by themselves, wonderful pieces of music. So I hope that they continue.
Right, and we have to encourage that.
Careers as doctors and lawyers and Indian chiefs.
Yeah, excellent. And of course, then as we head toward fall, of course, you'll be putting out the call for people who want to sing in the chorale and join the chorale.
You've got an urge to sing, a love for singing, and you've got some past choral experience. We welcome you.
And you don't have to audition. You really can just show up. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. And of course, I know a lot of people in the chorale. It's intimidating to think of walking into something like that cold, thinking, "Oh my gosh, I'm going to be tested, and they're going to be judging me as I'm trying to sight through this music." But if there is a more welcoming,
the opposite approach.
If there is a more welcoming group than your chorale, I don't know what it would be.
I thank you. I agree.
So it is the perfect place to go if you are looking to continue your singing career, and everybody should.
Yeah, for the joy of singing.
Yeah, if you enjoyed choir when you were in high school or college, there is no reason not to continue, and the concert chorale is a perfect way to do it.
That's right. Perfectly said.
Sunday, May 18th, Music That Touched Our Souls, Volume 2, with the Cedar Rapids Concert Chorale, the grand finale concert. If you are thinking this might be something you might want to join in the fall, this would be a perfect way to get a little bit of introduction, too.
Get on the website, crchorale.org. Purchase a couple of tickets for your mother for Mother's Day.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, it'll be after Mother's Day, but it's a great Mother's Day gift.
Mother's Day gift. Yeah. So advanced ticket price online, and then ticket a little higher price
few more
at
bucks
the door.
At the door.
Yeah.
Again, crchorale.org if you'd like tickets or more information, or just a place to go to put that calendar tickler in for the fall to come to the first rehearsal to join for the first time.
Yeah.
Jerry, thanks for coming in throughout the
Dennis. Thanks
season.
for-
I always
Yeah.
enjoy hearing about the upcoming programs and looking forward to more next year. And in the meantime, have a good summer.
Well, thanks for all your help promoting this great organization.
You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio most weekdays at 10:30, on demand at kcck.org/culture, or subscribe using your favorite podcast player. Watch our videos on the KCCK Facebook and YouTube channels. Our producer is Lydia Kilgore. The Culture Crawl theme is composed by Vivian Shanley. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.